Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're seeing this, and thank you for watching as we prepare for worship this first Sunday in the season of Advent here at Rejoice Lutheran Church in Frisco, Texas. So Advent begins a new church year for us, but it also starts us in that movement towards Christmas, but it doesn't start in that movement where we're automatically jumping into joy. It starts in that movement where we're dealing with reality. I know most people have had that experience where you've seen the life that somebody else portrays that they're living, whether it's on social media like Facebook, where everybody posts everywhere that they're going and their kids are always perfectly dressed and smiling, and you look at that and you say, that's not my life. That's not the life I live. And there's this distance between the life I want and the life that I have. Or you look out at the midst of the world and you see things that just are not the way that they should be. Those who seem to be doing things that are wrong, who seem to be cheating, they seem to prosper, and those who seem to be trying to live a steadfast life, people perhaps like you and me, they struggle day after day after day to try to make things work, to make things right. And so the beginning of Advent starts with some of those questions. We have a psalm, Psalm 25, that's one of our readings for this week, which kind of dwells into this life of faith. It's not a simple life. It's a complex life. It's a life where you trust God, and yet you see what's going on in the world. You don't ignore the experiences that you have, and you bring those experiences to God. You trust that ultimately God is at work in the midst of all of this, but there are times where you honestly struggle to see how. That's an honest faith. That is a faith that I think moves us from day to day, week after week, that we continue to trust in God, we continue to call on God to make things right, to continue to make us right at times. Sometimes it's me that needs to change. Sometimes it's the world that's around me that needs to change. Sometimes I look and I have my own guilt and shame that I have to deal with and put aside and know that I am forgiven. But it is that life of faith that moves through some of those dark times. It is a life that walks with us and journeys with us. And sometimes it's the people who are around us who carry us through some of those times to where we go into a time where we know that we're walking into a time of darkness, but we also trust that the sun will rise on the other side. And so as we begin this season of Advent, we begin again a new year, but also a new year of talking about, well, what is faith like? What does it mean to be a people of God? What does it mean to walk in a time where we hope, but we don't always see? So I invite you to come and join us as we have some of these honest conversations of faith, as we wrestle with the distance sometimes between what we want and what God gives, or what we experience other people having and what we ourselves have. So come together as we worship. We worship at 8:30 in the morning with our traditional service and 11 o'clock with our celebration service. We'd love to see you there, and thank you for watching.